Good evening. This is Evening Sky. I'm your host, Sky. All right, so gotta talk about Mace and Cameron. Mace and Cameron had a show talking about Donald Trump's his reaction to Bad Bunny's performance, which is virtually racist. As Dr. Jerome Brook of the Ayn Rand Institute chairman, he pointed out very objectively, very clearly, that various performers such as U2, Coldplay, Paul McCartney, um, Rihanna, all these different groups were from different countries, different and not United States citizens, or they may have dual citizenship, some of them, but they weren't born in America. Um, they it's no problem with them. It's all right. I thought it was the Bad Bunny performance was cool. I can't understand. I don't know his. I didn't research his words. I think he's a complete leftist. I think he's very towards the left wing of politics. But that's not what it's about. It's about the. I mean, that's what would have been so beautiful. It was just about the like the literal instrumentation, not even his lyricism. If his lyricism was on point, that would have been special. But I have no idea what his lyrics are. It just sounds so cool. The sound of the Spanish words, and it sounds very cool in a song. It sounds cool in just everyday Spanish language. And he's Hispanic, not Spanish. That has to be stated. People in Spain will look down on Bad Bunny. Won't give a damn how many streams he has. If he's the biggest artist in the world, they'll look at him, spit on his shoe, and say, "You're not Spanish. You're Hispanic. Get out of my face." Bumba, that halftime pissed me off so much I called ice. Yeah, there was a lot of people in that halftime that probably were ducking ice. They had literally had people in these little grass suits. They look like ghillie suits from the Marine Corps, or in Special Forces, and the Army and stuff like that. The ghillie suits, they're in like grass, and they tweaked it and honed it and practiced it for at least 2 weeks just to be a piece of grass. So I just thought that was funny. That was weird, but it was cool. Did you hear what he said? Translated straight smut. Well, I didn't. No, I did not see any translations on it. I thought it was cool how there's, what is it called? It's SSL, I think, Spanish Sign Language. That's what I think he had. He had an interpreter, an SSL. There's ESL. There's English Sign Language interpreter. And there's a Spanish Sign Language interpreter. Bugs Bunny was Bugs Bunny. That's funny. Bugs Bunny. I'm getting crazy with my nose right now. I'm playing with my nose, y'all. I'm on that. I'm on that snow. I'm on that snow bunny. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. I'm not playing with my nose. I'm just playing. But yeah, so that I thought the performance was cool. I mean, it gave a tour through Puerto Rico, kind of like how Kendrick Lamar gave a tour through LA. They're being very expansive. They're not just showing instrumentation, a little bit of dancers, some pyrotechnics, some smoke, some lasers. Like that's like a regular show. They're having like a storyline nowadays that has to accompany the artist. Support for deportation is up 60% after the halftime show. Well, it's all racially tinged. That's what Dr. Jerome Brooks said. He says all racially tinged. It's racially motivated. That's why Trump was so upset. But this is the genius behind Cameron and Mace. They just giggled their way through a whole segment talking about how Trump just don't give a F. He doesn't care. He doesn't care one bit. He says what he wants, when he wants, does what he wants, when he wants to do it. I won't be surprised. I would not be surprised if he actually went up to somebody on Fifth Street in New York City and shot them, and kept on being the president. Like, okay, so what? So I shot him and killed him. It doesn't matter. I don't care. He just kept it moving. But he had, such a negative, vicious, um, virulent, I think is the right word, virulent, expression I'm talking about Bugs Bunny, for Bad Bunny. And it was really based on race. It's based on, ethnicity. Is there ethnicism against ethnicity, against, speech? What's up, Wiz? 1,000 for the watch, 2,000 for the hat, 500 tie, 900 for the Gucci button up. We see you, Sky. Yeah, I wish. Yeah, I wish. I haven't touched. I'm trying to say how much money I've had at one time. I think the most amount of money I had at one time was $4,500. I'm broke, nigga. I'm broke. I'm broke, nigga. I'm broke. The halftime show looked like the garden section in the Home Depot. That is supreme hate. That was hatred. That is hate. I appreciate that hate, Bumba. Salute to you, sir. Salute to you. Yeah, I mean, it was just, and then give him credit because he mentioned at least 10 of the multiple Central American and South American countries. He was like Uruguay, Peru, Argentina, Colombia, El Salvador. He was just naming all these Guyana. He was just saying all the different ways. It's crazy. Yeah, exactly. 4 bands and a nickel. Yeah. Yeah, 4,500. Yeah, that's just but I had it's weird because it's like I had it at different times. I had 4 stacks even. 4 stacks even. That's how I bought my car. I bought a used car, a used Saab convertible. It was awesome. My first car for $4,000 even. Okay, so and I almost had it in cash. I had it on a check, but it was in the bank. But yeah, it was special. That was special. But anyway, that's just me. That's just Sky's past. They had a giant EBT sign in the background. Did they really? I would believe it. If you're not, I don't think you're joking. I really don't think you're joking because he was clowning on the fact that the Puerto Rican grid, the electrical grid, goes out from time to time. That they have trouble with their electricity. Bumba sell goat and curry chicken. Yeah, for real, it's on there. Yeah, I thought so. I that's why I said I don't think you're kidding. I don't think you're joking around. I think there really is a giant EBT sign that was flashing. Cause they're Americans. Anybody in Puerto Rico. What they say during the election? He said that trash pile out in the Atlantic Ocean. Cause they don't do votes. They can't. You can't cast a vote from Puerto Rico. Can't cast a single vote for Puerto Rico if you're a Puerto Rican citizen. Well, yeah, a citizen. Because you're a United States citizen automatically if you're born in Puerto Rico, but you don't have voting rights. And 2 dudes on a pickup truck grinding on each other. I did see that. I was like, okay. I mean, that's them. That's not me. That's not my business. I'm not with the Batman business. But if that's them, I mean, they had Ricky Martin singing and Lady Gaga singing. I was a little thrown for that though. I was like, she's beautiful and everything. She has a wonderful voice. But what is she doing here? What's she doing? I don't understand. I could understand Ricky Martin. He's menudo. Respect to him. Like Mr. Choice Terrain said, it's weird with homosexuals, with gays, especially with people like Ricky Martin, because he can drop the most panties in less than 2 seconds. He can have panties soaked in like a half a second. And he turned out to be a gay guy. Like, that's like, damn, man. It's like, all right, do your thing. Be gay. That's cool. Whatever you want to do. But, you really had the ladies on lock. You had them on lock, like a lot. Like, but that's just his business. Whiskey sell urine. People do sell urine for drug tests. From Algeria. Okay, Crystal, salute to you. Make sure you tell 15,000 people about me. Make sure I'm the Bad Bunny of the streaming realm. I want to be Bad Bunny. I'm gonna get a bunny hat The gray bunny hat with the two ears. So yeah, so it just Cam and Mace have great chemistry. They have wonderful ideals. They have great thoughts. They really bounce off each other. Pause. I'm just gonna say pause for the rest of the time. But they bounce off ideas, and Cam just says the straight dope. He just be like, I'm not saying anything against the Spanish community. He means Hispanic, but against the Spanish people. But Trump don't give a f. He just doesn't care. He'll say whatever he wants. It doesn't matter. They needed somebody white that people have heard of, like Gaga. Ricky Martin is unknown to younger people. You're making sense. That makes sense. Cause it threw me. I was like, okay, now she's singing. It's not her performance, but they do have like multiple performers. We had like they had and the infamous Booby Gate, the Titty Gate, in 2000. What was it? 2003 or 2004? Was it 2003 or 2004? Hold on, let me see. Yeah, it was 2004. 2004, and they had it was Justin Timberlake, Janet Jackson, Diddy, Kid Rock, maybe even Nelly. I'm not sure. Yeah, that was crazy. I can make sure. I can make 100% sure. Oh, the Panthers beat no. Yeah, the Patriots beat the Panthers. Who performed? I'm looking up the performers now. Yeah, Nelly, Kid Rock, Jessica Simpson, Justin Timberlake, and Janet Jackson, and of course Diddy. Take that, take that, take that, take that. For once, he didn't get the most controversial point of the day. For once, Prince was the last good halftime. I don't know. I like Kendrick Lamar. I like Kendrick Lamar. I like The Weeknd. I like The Weeknd. His whole story. I like storylines. I like stories. I like that in hip hop. There's so many songs that are stories. I like narratives. Something that tells a story. I like that in music. Kid Rock has some sus lyrics, but Prince was one of the greatest. I don't believe in God. I'm a complete atheist, but like, and I'm saying, but like, I believe in him. But I'm just saying it was very coincidental that he was singing "Purple Rain" and it started raining. That's just timing, I guess, because they probably saw it in the forecast. They didn't know when it was going to happen. They probably figured out, somebody calculated, okay, at this time it's going to start raining. Maybe it was a rainmaker. Sometimes they make, they have different machines that make rain. The heart machine. Hello, anybody? He says it's statutory and mandatory. Whoa, that is super sus. He may need to get. He see now. Trump will be down with that. He's okay with that. I applaud that. That's funny. That's great. Good for you. But this is what Cam and Mace were saying. Mace was saying. He was talking about how. Um, he was talking about how there are. You live in New York City, and Trump is from Queens, so he should know as well. But all over there's a Puerto Rican Day parade. There's there's Puerto Rican flags all over the place. So and there's people speaking Spanish in the street. And they say habla español, my nigga. You talking in Spanish, my nigga. They're Puerto Ricans. They say my nigga, my nigga, my nigga, my nigga. And this is propelled by Fat Joe, a Puerto Rican, light, bright, damn near white. You know. I thought he was gonna summon the ghost of Charlie Kirk during his halftime. Yeah, he could have had a seance or something like that on stage. That would been wild. That would have been wild. So, you know, I like the Bad Bunny perform. I didn't know a goddamn thing he said. I didn't understand word. Or hologram trying. Yeah, or like they did it the what was it, 2012? What was it? Not Lollapalooza. Or maybe what was it? Hold on. What was the Tupac image? Tupac Coachella, that's what it was. The Tupac hologram. I thought they could have done a Tupac hologram like they did at Coachella of Charlie Kirk. Yeah, they could have hologrammed him like they did in Coachella. Yeah. Do they still do that? Is that thing a thing? I remember watching Black Mirror. They had an episode of that. Like Miley Cyrus is in it. She was like a huge version of herself. It was like I think it was inspired by the Coachella Tupac performance. Is anybody doing that? Is that even a thing anymore? Is that that's over 14 years ago. It's a long time. Long time ago. But anyway, what is this? Like this is Charlie speaking from heaven with hologram Jesus. Rick James, ladies and gentlemen, he's back. The man behind the black mask. Fact, he's given all fried chicken eaters something to write home about with his best-selling novels, Ruler of the Air and Iran. It's Skylar. Salute, salute to Sir Rick James. Thank you very much for your support. I appreciate it. You're day one. Bumba's a day one. Wiz is a day one. Rick James is day one. Y'all come in. Y'all must see me. I don't understand when y'all get. Does it say Skylar Saunders is live or something like that? Do y'all get that message? I don't understand. I have over 1,000 subscribers, but I have 3 people in the room right now. I don't know. Somebody make that make sense. Make that make sense. Salute to Bubba. Bubba whom? Who you talking about, Rick James? The message pops up in my plasma screen TV fact. Okay. Gotcha. That's cool. I like that fact. That's cool. You can definitely dig that. I like that a lot. But anyway, Mace and Cam, you know, they just shot back and forth, talking about Trump. He just doesn't give. He don't care. He don't care about nobody or nothing, and much less himself. He doesn't care about himself. I bet he wakes up in the morning like, God damn, another day. I gotta live. I gotta do this. I might as well be an a-hole about it. Like I just imagine him saying that to himself. Like he has to hate his flabby, old, tired, ill-begotten ideals, thoroughly vicious vitriol that he spews. I think that just comes with the territory. Here's Max Vision with the eyeballs. I have no idea what the eyeballs mean. He's looking into my life. Is he looking into my soul? What is he doing? Salute to Bumbleclot. Salute. I think he's saluting Max Vision. But yeah, so Trump's reaction to the Bad Bunny um, performance was just amazing. Just how awful it is. Just how awful it actually is. And what is Bad Bunny in Spanish? What is Bad Bunny? Conito malo. Conejito malo. Conejito malo. It was respectful. What was respectful? Bad rabbit. I saw the old black granny talking to the TV. Who you talking about, Bumbo? What do you mean? I saw the old black granny talking to the TV. I don't know what that means. I'm be like, oh yeah, yeah. Watch. I'm like, oh, I got you, I got you. Watch. Bad Bunny is Bad Bunny. What? Rick James, what are you doing? Where you going? But let me see. It was a clip of an old lady during halftime. For some reason, I think I know what you're talking about. I think I know what you're talking about. I believe I know what you mean, but I can't really make ensure what you're saying. All I know is Cam should have been on that stage. Cam and May should have been on the show for the Super Bowl halftime. I'm being facetious, but the way they break down things and the way they have chemistry with each other on that level as old friends and then foes and then friends again, I think that's really cool. I think that's really cool. And they just broke down like the Trump tweet, Trump post, I should say. It's not on Twitter anymore. The Trump post on True Social, like it was a 50-pack. he broke it down. He broke it down like a pack of Kush. What about? I was just about to say clips. Cam and Mace came to my mind because I'm talking about they're part of the story I'm talking about. But clips, if they had sung, if they had rapped, Birds Don't Sing, the whole place would have been in tears. It would have been more tears in the game. The game was awful. The game was horrific. It was one of the worst Super Bowls I've ever seen, ever. It was a defensive game. There was a lot of stops for the first few goals. It was all kicks. It was all field goals. It was all kicks. Up to like 12, I think, or something like that. And then they scored like 4 points, four times off of kicks. It was disgusting. I was like, what the hell is this? I want to see some touchdowns. But it seems very rigged to me. I mean, you can say there's conspiracies, but we all know that, look at basketball, look at baseball, look at other sports. It's all about the dollar sign. They have to do the point spread. They do what the Gatorade color is going to be. They rate on everything. What kind of hairstyle, what kind of braids is the dreadlocks is a player going to use? It's crazy. It's crazy. So I wouldn't put it past anybody to say that the game was rigged, because it certainly seemed that way. Because they allowed them to get enough points for the spread. I think they allowed them to get to like I can't remember what the exact number was, but but they allowed them to get a touchdown. But it was like way late in the fourth quarter, third or fourth quarter. They needed a Yay commercial like last year. Yeah. What did he just have? Wasn't it just like him with like a white shirt on or something like that with black jeans and black Timbs or something crazy? I can't remember. But did you see the Jesus commercial? I was excited. They have really great production value. I don't care. The people behind the Jesus, they be having the production value. It was like more. I was getting excited. I was like, yeah, we get more. And it was like, sometimes it's about less. I'm like, what? And they're like, Jesus, he can understand us or something like that. I was like, I was going for more. What are you doing? What is this Jesus stuff coming from? I was waiting on more. I bet 5K, I lost 5K, fact. Trying to recoup, huh, Rick James? Trying to recoup. I see you. I saw this on the internet. I don't know the validity of it, but I just popped up on my phone. Ye lost $8 million on the Super Bowl. I'll look it up right now. I'm looking it up right now. Kanye blew $8 million on the Super Bowl. But this is not giving me facts. They didn't give me facts. Reportedly left more than $8 million on the table. That's a old story. Oh, he filmed him. I didn't see this commercial. He did have a commercial this year. $8 million. The rapper found a bizarre ad for the Super Bowl, and while it may have just been shot on his iPhone, it didn't come cheap. Okay, I see the way they worded it. See, this is why you gotta investigate, because he didn't bet on the game. He was it was about the commercial that he shot. It was him on nitrous at the dentist and a link to the website and swastika shirts. Wow. I was hoping we were going to get a Janet Jackson style nip slip. Well, that wasn't really a nip slip. That was an outright, I'm ripping this off and I'm exposing her. That's what that was. A Bad Bunny ball slip? That's funny. Yeah, I missed that. I missed that commercial. I must have been in the bathroom or something, or getting some more food. I don't know. They call them adverts across the pond. Adverts. But yeah, they had to recalibrate the whole show after Janet Jackson. The best commercials was the hybrid one. I don't. What are you saying? Hybrid friend? I don't know what that is. Explain to me, Rick James. I don't know what that is. You gotta spell it out better or something like that. I don't know which one you're talking about. Oh, Guy Fieri. Okay, got you. You must be on that water right now. It's got you going. Hey, I know who it is. You spelled it all kind of crazy. I didn't understand what you were saying at first. You spelling it wild. But so Cam and Mace, one of the best duos ever in rap and in sports, politics, entertainment, music, movies, films, everything like that. They have a great take on it. It is what it is. It's a great title. Nobody's used it. It's a common expression. Been around for years. Very clear cut understanding what it means. Reason is reason, and a thing is itself. A thing is its own being. A thing is a thing. I thought that was really clever, really smart to use that title, and I hope they're getting a lot of money. I know that Cam is getting a lot of money. I'm sure Mason Betha is probably still getting money from his churches or his church. I'm sure, but that's like to sum it up. Trump is such a clown. It's embarrassing at this point. It's like that. They have a sweet spot. Racists have a really sweet spot. They can mask their racism and their intolerance, and say different words and spend. I don't even think Trump wrote what he wrote. I don't think he wrote it. I think he had a staff write it. It's like the cartoon with the apes of Michelle Obama and former President Barack Obama. I think that was all some staffer who lined up all those words on True Social. I wouldn't completely trust that he wrote everything like that. He may have had some help, some assistance, some people to patch up, some people to put a different spin, use different vocabulary. Like I wouldn't think he said affront. Like I don't think he has the capability to possess that amount of intelligence to say the word affront. But that's just me. All right, we gotta talk about this fight. This fight came on with these. Hold Hold on. It was Miles Bridges and Isaiah Stewart, and it went heavy. People were coming off the bench. People were coming off the bench, fighting, saying "ho ho ho." Like, it's nasty. It's nasty, and like, this is the thing that gets me. This is the nigger history month, black, otherwise known as Black History Month. Lift every voice and sing that old decrepit, tired song. Lift every fist and punch. That's what it should be. Because all that, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., peace and unity and love and all that goes out the freaking window when somebody gets disrespected on the basketball court. This is Black History Month, or Nigger History Month, like I like to say. And it's just a shame that we have to see this happen, because it tears up the whole game. Free my nigga Nancy Guthrie. She's not. Let's hope she's not in a position of Let's hope she's not in a position of being in prison. Let's say that much. I know you're using a little jocular humor, jocular stance and humor, but let's make sure she's in good health. Otherwise, f that white woman. For real, f her. Who is she? She's Savannah Guthrie's mother. Okay. I don't want no harm to her, but I don't care. I don't care about her. I really don't care about her. Beyond that, I don't care about her. Did you see the video of the guy in a mask about to kidnap? No, I did not. Is that on WorldStar? If it's not on WorldStar, I didn't see it. But that NBA brawl, crazy. It says it turned into a WWE match. That's wild. It just came out. Okay, I'll see it tomorrow. I'll probably look for it tomorrow. Is it related to the NBA thing? I'm talking about NBA right now, sir. We're talking about the NBA. NBA brawl. Charlotte Hornets and the Detroit Pistons. It looked very closely like the Malice in the Palace. That was the worst basketball fight, one of the worst sports fights of all time, if not the worst. It stands up there. Young boy? I don't know if you're talking about young boy. I don't know what you mean. I'm talking about basketball, not NBA young boy. No, the National Basketball Association, not Never Broke Again. National Basketball Association, and this is what I'm thinking. Like, they always say, "Oh, in our era, we couldn't even get through that. We couldn't get to the rim. We couldn't get to the rim. They would never let us touch the rim." Jordan had trouble with the Pistons, and New York had problems with the Pacers, and there was always a fight. Oakley was one that was about to fight and stuff. Like, 80s and 90s was like the central point that they always talk about. But the 60s and 70s were crazy too. But in the 50s, I think, were too, and they was really racially motivated. But the late 80s, the mid to late 80s and the 90s, that was an era where it was like, all right, we're gonna scrap, but we're not gonna fight. We're not gonna throw blows. We're only gonna do some super defensive tactics, and you're not gonna score on us like that. We're gonna be in the lane. I'm gonna be in your face. We're gonna be talking trash and stuff like that. That's what I understand. They said that historically, games have begun to be safer, less fights and things like that. I've noticed that on different posts online. I have to give credit to that, to the fact that there have been less fights over the past 10 to 20 years. There have been less fights, even though there have been huge fights. Like I said, the Mouse at the Palace, that was a huge fight. That was humongous. And this one looked like it too. There was about, I want to say, 30 to 40 people on the court at least. At least 30 to 40 people on the court. Personnel, professionals, all, the medical staff, the the trainers, the offensive, are there offensive coordinators? I don't know. Other assistant coaches, the ref. One ref, she was just like, she was just standing there. I'm gonna try to see if I can see it. She was just standing there. So they're going down the court. He does a little move. He hooks it up. Then he gets in his face. They put their head against each other. They put their hands up. Both teams are fighting. He's grabbing at him. The team goes off the bench. There's like, right now, there's like 15 to 30, 20 people. He's got his fist balled up. There's people in the trainers, all the personnel, all the staff. They're on the floor. They get them away from each other. And then another fight erupts as one of the players comes off the bench, and there's another scuffle that is unrelated, but it starts a brawl like it's WWE. I think that's why they got rid of the 3-piece suits and stuff like that, and they got the active wear because they had to get they had to get out to the court faster. They didn't want to mess up their suits because niggas would be fighting on the court. This ref, this little white girl, white woman. She's just like, what am I supposed to do? I can't do nothing. One ref is just backing him up. See, I think this is protocol. One ref is trying to be intertwined, and then another ref is kind of like lackadaisical, kind of laid back, not really, saying anything, not really doing anything. And it looks like everything is over. Then another fight breaks out on the opposite side of the court. It's crazy. And a losing effort at that. A losing effort at that. I'm like Kobe. I get hella choppers. Is that an NBA YoungBoy line? Sounds like an NBA YoungBoy line. I'm not even really into him like that. But respect to him. Yeah, I mean, all that is cute. They do commercials. They do, drives and NBA cares and all this stuff. NBA don't care. I mean, they don't care. They want to fight. And nobody in the stands or the TV wants to. Oh, the NBA cares. They're giving out meals to the homeless. Oh, that's so cute. Oh my God, they're saving kittens from trees and nobody cares. Nobody care about that. They want to see niggas wilding on the court. That's what they want to see. But that one white woman, she just tripped me out. She's just like, I'm not getting into that. I'm not trying to get my face knocked over because some nigger cocked back and flew his fist into my face. Forget that. She was adamant. She was like, but that's what it's like, I just think that's amazing. Black History Month, celebrating the accomplishments and achievements and what Black people have attained over the centuries that they have been in this country. I mean, it's Black History Month, but it should be Foundational Black American History Month, FBA. That's the proper statement. It should be. The All-Star game is coming up. When is the All-Star game? And where is? I think it's in LA. It's US versus it's United States versus the world. Sunday, February 15th. This Sunday. This Sunday. It's the Stars versus the world and Stripes versus the world, something like that, if I'm not mistaken. It's going to be in the Intuit Dome in Inglewood, California, home of the Los Angeles Clippers. I thought that they played at the same place as the Lakers for some reason. But I guess they don't. I think that was at the Staples Center or something like that. But anyway, like I said, Foundational Black American History Month. That's what it should be. And you know that the national black anthem that we it's so tired and you know the lady at the Super Bowl she actually gave it some life. I thought let me see who what's her name? Coco Jones. Coco Jones, she's performing Lift Every Voice and Sing. I thought that was extraordinary. She gave life to that dead ass song. She gave life to it. I thought it was Puerto Rican History Month. You thought wrong. It's black. It's foundational. God damn it. It's Foundational Black American History Month. That's what it is. I mean, one time and this goddamn phone falls. Yeah, Puerto Rican History. I don't know if there's a Puerto Rican History Month, but there's Hispanic History Month, and I think it's in the fall. I think it's like in October or November. Let me make sure. Hispanic History Month. Yeah, it's in October. Hispanic Heritage Month. Camera down. Exactly. That's when the camera goes down, but we're going to fix that one day. We're going to make sure we have it secure and not just in this my ghetto nigger rigged setup I have right now. But yeah, so it's just distasteful, just ugly. Adam Smith is probably going to give out all kinds of fines and suspensions and everything. Somebody wrote one of my articles that's the fast way to get a suspension. You goddamn right. He might be expelled. He might be expelled for the season. One of them, or they both might be. Miles Bridges and Isaiah Stewart. But there was also somebody else that went out into the court as well. Bum was wild. My name is Kid. Can we name? All right, so it's Black History Month, Nigger History Month. We have to name all the white rappers that started off as rappers but turned into rock stars. Started using rock and roll. There's what's his name? Kid Rock. He comes to mind first. He just did the Super Bowl. He did the Turning Point USA. Got 6 million views. Vanilla Ice, Everlast, MGK, Machine Gun Kelly, Post Malone. Y'all post some more people that's on there. Ozempic roll. Yep. Was he a rapper at first? I don't know if he was a rapper. Ozempic roll, jelly roll. But yeah, that's the route. And I'm not hating. I'm not gonna hate on him. If the white man wants to do that, let him. That's just. I respect it. That's a come up. I'm using you niggers, and I'm doing it. Like Marshall Mathers, Eminem. He was like, "No, I'm a rapper. I'm a producer." He's one of the best producers, by the way. Eminem is one of the best producers ever. He gets no real credit because he's such a great MC, but his production skills are like unparalleled in a lot of ways. Especially as a rapper slash producer, he's one of the best. He has a sound. He has this distinct, gravelly, dark, brooding kind of sound to his songs. Usually with a piano, something like that. I mean, he should get a lot more credit for being a producer. Yeah, he rapped with Lil White and 3 6. Oh, I didn't even know that. Before he became a country star, before he lost all that weight, F losing weight. I'm out on these highways moving cakes. Life is based on what I'm going to do today. Copper car, new estate. If you can't get money in the earth this big, you worthless, kid. You know the rest. Beastie Boys started off punk. True. Were they punk first and then rap, or were they rap and then punk? I'm talking about rappers that started off white rappers that started off as rappers and then became rock stars. But I'm not going too far away from my main story. This brutal brawl on the NBA floor. Ugly, disgusting. I mean, it challenges the mind, it boggles the mind. It really challenges you because it just seems like this shouldn't even have. How does this even occur anymore? How do people let their emotions take over reason? Punk and then rap. Okay, I got you. Yeah, that makes sense. I like them for their videos, even though that's not art. I like them for their advertisements of their music. What's it called? Sabotage, one of the best music videos of all time. Enter the Galactic Planetary. What's one of the best ones ever? Poking them rap. Okay. But okay, so back to Miles Bridges and Isaiah Stewart. I'm gonna see what the outcome was on that. Miles Bridges, Isaiah Stewart punches headlocked Miles Bridges in ejection-filled NBA brawl. 4 players tossed after brawl in Pistons Hornets game. Hornets Miles Bridges takes shot at Isaiah Stewart on IG after altercation. Wow, he should be fined for that. I mean, he should be fined by the league, but not. I don't think any criminal charges should be brought against him. It's freedom of speech. What is up with the Pistons? Pistons and teams like Pistons are like notorious. They were notorious. Like, what was it? Isaiah Thomas. Who else was on there? The Bad Boys era. They have rivalries against the Boston Celtics, the Chicago Bulls. Joe Dumars, he's one of the greats. They fought against, and they battled with the ball on court with Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, and Michael Jordan. So the Pistons have a history. They definitely have a history of being one of the toughest, strongest, you know, um, teams of all time. I'm looking up Detroit Pistons bad boys. What their roster is. Isaiah Thomas, Joe Dumars, Bill Laimbeer. Bill Laimbeer throwing bows in the post. He was a bad mug. Dennis Rodman and Vinnie Johnson. Supported by gritty players like Rick Mahorn, a problem. John Sally, issues. James Edwards, all coached by Chuck Daly, known for their physical defense and aggressive style. See, that's the thing, though. I don't think they had, huge brawls, like or it was contained. It was like two people fighting on this court, and then they just resolved it. And one person got sat on the bench, another got sat on the bench, or there was a suspension, there was another suspension. Sit out for a few games, unpaid, whatever the case may have been. Oh, Black Cuddy, salute to you, sir. Ross Clot, salute. Yeah, I see. But I'm saying white rappers. But yeah, salute. Make sure you hit that donate button, Cuddy. I salute you, sir. Thank you very much for your attention and your time. Appreciate it. Yeah, Bill Laimbeer was a center. It says tough physical center known for trash talk and rebounding. He had them bows. He threw them bows and he got the rebounds. He got the boards. Oh, you mean Bumbleclot? Oh, okay, I got you. Ross Clot. Salute to you, Kid Cudi. Kid Cudi. Salute to you, Cudi. I appreciate your dollar and your time. Appreciate it. Tings, tings, tings. Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico. Oh, Puerto Rico. Oh. But like I said, these Pistons have a history. This isn't like cute little, oh, the Pistons must have just been in a scuffle. No, they've been hard. Like, this is part of their legendary status. The Detroit Pistons is like the city. It's hardcore. It's no games. At one time, I think it was the murder capital of the United States, Detroit, Michigan. If I'm not mistaken. Let me make 100% sure. Was Detroit. Oh, if I can spell. Yes, Detroit was frequently ranked as the deadliest city in the United States with a population over 1 million during the 1970s and 80s, driven by high homicide rates and urban decay. While violent crime rates have recently declined significantly, reaching the lowest murder rate in 2025 since 1965, the city historically faced intense violence. So it's just a reflection on the team. Sadly, I'm not saying that this has to be. I'm just calling for what it is. It's cold in the D. Yes, it's cold in the D. In a lot of ways, a lot of different ways, it's cold in the D. It's frosty, cold minded, cold blooded, cold souls. Everybody's looking for something but it's not as bad as it once was, obviously. And as of 2018, about 8 years ago, Detroit had the fourth highest murder rate among major cities in the United States after St. Louis and Baltimore. Baltimore is just, it just woo! Baltimore needs to just pack it up and go home. Baltimore. Dave Chappelle had a joke. He was like, in the '80s when DC was like, crack central, and it was still, like a drug city, you know, and Baltimore still is, but they're on heroin. Heroin is the main drug in Baltimore, as you can see on The Wire. But it's wild too. I mean, what do they have? They had the Baltimore Ravens and the Baltimore Orioles. I don't think they have a NHL team or NFL NBA team though. I don't know their NHL team. Baltimore something. Maybe they don't. I don't think so. But I know they had the Ravens and the Orioles. But salute to the Detroit Pistons for having a reputation for being some of the baddest mofos ever to, lace up some sneakers and hit the hardwood. Pause. But it's extraordinary. It definitely is extraordinary when you see the fact that people are very attentive to these kinds of fiascos that go down, that the world that can come crumbling down on you. 4 people were ejected. 4 people. 4. You usually get 1 person ejected in the game. 4 though. And I'm sure suspensions will follow. I'm sure that this is going to put a mar on the All-Star weekend. I know the baddest biddies with BBLs and cute faces and stuff like that going to be down in LA. It's nice weather. It's going to be something that's is going to be eventful. But it's Nigger History Month, so who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Who knows? It's a real shame that people don't take into account the reality of these Detroit Pistons. I think they have a rule book. I think they have a sketchbook or something like that, from the late '80s, early '90s. It says, we're gonna mess you up. We're gonna mess you up. Something crazy is gonna go down somewhere down the line. They were at the Mouse at the Palace. They were at this brawl. They had during the '80s and '90s. They had Dan Beer, Isaiah Thomas, Joe Dumars, and others. In 1987, the peak number of murders in a single year was 686. God damn. In 2025, homicides dropped significantly to 165. Good news. That's across the country. I don't know if it's across the world, but across the country, violent crimes, it spiked. It spiked during the COVID shutdowns and everything, but then it kind of, fell off again. So, gotta acknowledge that. But hey, it's been real. Thank you for tuning in. Didn't have a whole lot of numbers, but that's cool too. I'm still building. I need to get more equipment. That's what I'm focusing on. I'm saving up enough money to get better quality, equipment. You guys can help me out by sending me donations. That'll be really cool. I appreciate your time and your efforts. And it's always fun. I always have a good time with everybody that's in here. Everybody that's in here has a wrench, so I do appreciate that. So I do appreciate everything you do, and make sure you tune in for the next episode tomorrow. Take care.